Lucille stood in front of the Healers Guild, feeling nostalgic as he gazed at it. Though he was a healer, he had spent most of his time at the Adventurers Guild. He smiled and greeted Kura-san, the receptionist who seemed a bit down. She sighed and shared her frustration with Lucille, explaining how she had been struggling to find new help since he had taken Monica to the Adventurers Guild. Lucille tried to lighten the mood, reminding her that Monica was safe now. After handing in his guild renewal card, Kuru returned with concern, asking Lucille about his risky training. Lucille hesitated, but eventually admitted that he had been living at the Adventurers Guild, focusing on self-defense training to improve his holy magic. He explained that practical experience was more important to him than earning money, and Kururu understood his reasoning. Lucille apologized for any misunderstanding, and Kururu smiled, acknowledging his dedication. As the conversation shifted, Lucille was shocked to learn that upgrading his rank to C would cost 90 silver coins. Just as he was about to worry about the expenses, Broad entered and offered to cover his transfer to the Adventurers Guild for a year, along with wages. Lucille agreed to the transfer, reassured by Broad's support. At the Adventurers Guild, Lucille was teased by some adventurers, but he ignored them, focusing on his goal to learn more magic. Later, Broad reminded him that he was now a temporary employee of the guild, and there would be a welcome party in his honor. At the party, Lucille reluctantly led a toast, but the drink he had to down was so awful that everyone mocked him. Despite the teasing, Lucille tried to stay positive, wishing for everyone's safety and happiness. Later, during a conversation with Bazan, Lucille shared that he had been focused on survival training for the past year, leaving little time for anything else. Bazan jokingly teased him about his disinterest in women, and Lucille, embarrassed, explained that his attention was elsewhere. The conversation took a strange turn when Sekhiroth joined in, joking about Lucille's preferences. Lucille, flustered, brushed it off, but was also curious about what Sekhiroth was suggesting about the city's nightlife. The teasing continued, but Lucille couldn't help but feel intrigued by the possibilities. Lucille returned to the Adventurers Guild and was greeted warmly by Monica, who seemed genuinely happy to see him. However, Lucille felt a bit uneasy, wondering if she had overheard something she shouldn't have. Monica asked if he was happy with his choice to come here, and Lucille returned the question, to which he excitedly confirmed that she was happy, especially because she got to spend time with him. Meanwhile, Bakuli, who ran the biggest clinic in Maritoni, was facing difficulties as his clinic's income had dropped. He learned that a healer linked to the Adventurers Guild might be the cause. When he saw Lucille, he approached him aggressively, calling him an impudent brat. Bakuli demanded that Lucille leave the Adventurers Guild and work at his clinic, but Lucille firmly refused. Bakuli was enraged but tried to force his decision, blaming Lucille for his clinic's troubles. Lucille calmly responded that a healer's purpose was to save lives, and his clinic's bad reputation was likely the reason for the loss in patients. Later, Lucille had a conversation with Bakuli about healing magic. Bakuli boasted about his use of high heal, a powerful magic that came at a high price. Lucille, questioning the ethics of overcharging patients, warned that such practices would only lead to resentment. Bakuli, dismissing Lucille's concerns, shared his perspective on the struggles of being a healer, but Lucille still believed that helping people should come first. Lucille's challenge to Bakuli's way of running his clinic only fueled Bakuli's anger, and the situation grew tense. Lucille found himself in a life-threatening situation when Lord Bakuli ordered his men to kill him. However, just in time, Instructor Broad intervened, stopping the guards and forcing Bakuli to back down. Lucille was immensely relieved, thanking Broad for saving his life. Broad, remaining calm, warned Lucille that some people might target him to gain favor with Bakuli. In response, Broad decided to stop training Lucille as a healer and instead begin his gladiator training, preparing him for the challenges ahead. Lucille, unsure of what to think, followed Broad's orders, though he worried about the tough training to come. Broad's methods were strict, pushing Lucille beyond his limits. During their training, Lucille learned that strength wasn't just about numbers or stats. It was about real skill and the ability to survive in difficult situations. Broad made it clear that focusing on skill, not just stats, was the key to surviving real battles. Over time, Lucils' training intensified as he learned martial arts, swordsmanship, spearmanship, and magic. He began to understand that survival was about being prepared for anything, even when it meant enduring pain. Meanwhile, bakuli, frustrated with Lucils' rising success, plotted to remove him from his position by using his influence in the Healers Guild. Despite the challenges, Lucils continued to train hard, trusting Broad's guidance as he moved forward on his path to becoming stronger.